So my character is Anna Lester O'Keefe. She was born in 1834. She was born in, near Cashel, which is Tipperary County, Ireland. When she was 11 years old, she was on ship en route to America with her parents. Tragedy struck on that ship. Her mother contracted cholera and died en route after drinking a horrible black medicine. She was buried at sea. Anna, I know, kind of sad. It is sad. Anna arrived in America with her father, Richard Lester, and he actually decided to move them to London, Canada. So they moved to Canada, where he farmed and resided there for some years, and then he decided to move back to America in Iowa, and where he took himself and Anna. Anna became a school teacher, and she decided in the summer of 1865 to make the 3-month journey to Montana with some friends. It was an arduous journey. It took quite a while, and it was fraught with danger and fear. Fear that they would be attacked by Native Americans on their way. So they would circle the wagons at night facing out to protect themselves every night. They arrived safely. They arrived in Virginia City, and she resumed her school teaching and did some seamstressing as well. She also, I should say, not long was she there, that she met her husband in September of 1865, Cornelius, aka the Baron O'Keefe. He was delivering potatoes from his farm. He lived here in Missoula. He was traveling over there, decided to drop off the potatoes, saw Anna and was quite smitten. They met, and he probably just wooed her with his gallant handlebar mustache and, you know, quick-witted ways. And they married within 3 days of meeting. Quite a quick courtship, yes. He was kind of self-proclaimed Irish nobility, hence the nickname the Baron. He said he was a land baron, and instead of whisking Anna off to a castle, he whisked her off to a one-room dirt floor cabin here in Missoula, in the Caraquian Defile, that way. Somebody was telling me to go that way. They resided there. Anna was lonely. You know, she was the only woman out here. There weren't very many visitors except for Native Americans passing through, tribes which they seemed to exist peacefully with, as well as frontiersmen. So she didn't really have any womanly people to talk, you know, comforts or sisters or friends, really. She had 2 daughters. Cornelius and her had 2 daughters. Margaret and Mary. Mary is buried around the corner here. If you go this way, if you take a peek, she's buried next to her husband, and she's Mary Ross, married name, and Kenneth Ross. This is kind of a 3-generational little site here. Marjorie Ross Toole is buried right here. She's kind of around a bush that's overgrown. You can hardly see her. That's Anna's granddaughter. So her daughter, one of her daughters are here, as well as her granddaughter. I think that Anna, she was pretty easygoing. Nice temperament, a good mother, a pioneer woman. She balanced her husband out, who was known to be quick-tempered, Irish man. She was very poetic. I have a picture. Did I already pass them all around to you guys? Maybe. Where's my pictures? Oh, I don't know where they are. Well, there were some pictures. Oh, here, in my hand, sorry. Here's a picture I'm going to pass of Anna. That's a little bit more detailed picture. Here's a picture, here's some work written about her poetry. Anna seemed conflicted. She wanted more of a civilized world, yet at the same time loved the Montana wilderness. So she was very poetic. I just think she had a really interesting life, very full, and she was a pioneer woman. So that's Anna. She did pass away in 1900. She was blind in the end, and she lived with her daughter Mary and her son-in-law Kenneth Ross. She's buried around the corner. So that's it, and that's her beautiful poem she wrote. I wanted to tell Anna's story because I felt a connection with her. She was a transplant here. I'm a transplant. She had 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. I married a Montana man. She married a Montana man, or I should say he's also a transplant. And she was poetic. I just felt a calling to tell her story. So thank you folks for listening today. You know, there is an interesting little tidbit on Anna. Her great-grandson is John Toole, who was a mayor here, I believe the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. So that's her great-grandson. So politics run in the family. Cornelius was a farmer, a pioneer, and he was a politician as well. So yeah, she's and another thing that's kind of interesting is people wonder why she's not buried with her husband. Well, there may be a possibility, the reason they're buried separately, he's over in the Catholic cemetery. She became possibly Protestant later in life. She was the right religion to marry him. She was a descendant of Queen Mary of Scots on her mother's side. So she was the right religion to marry Cornelius. Just that when he passed away, he was buried over there. And she possibly went to the Scottish Protestant church here in Missoula because her daughters were both Protestant. And I'm not sure how that works. She converted, but that might be why they're buried separately. So, yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I hope so. I hope I didn't go too long.
No, it's great.
So Anna wrote a poem here about Montana, and I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. Amidst the dark blue mountains of my Montana home, I love its sunny fountains as through its woods I roam. When wandering o'er its dark green hills, I sometimes wend my way. I love to hear the murmuring rills make music day by day. And oftentimes entranced I gaze upon the setting sun, upon its gorgeous tinted rays when its day's work is done. I love that.